Hey guys, this is Chidero, and I am bringing you a new tutorial from our favorite loomer from Down Under, Miss Suzanne HB. This is the Tryst bracelet. This design was created with the name in mind of Tryst, meaning a secret meeting between two lovers. So, in my mind, I'm thinking, with this design meaning there are two single chains going down the side, and they are meeting in between with this design, thus the name Tryst. So, pretty neat. I've played this with this design for days. I don't know why. It's just fun. So many different color combos or whatnot, just trying to see which bands work for me as far as what I thought for looping. So this is the signature side here, and I personally love the back side. It's such a neat, it's very neatly stitched, so I like that a lot. So I used two different colors for the single chains, and then another color for the looming part, the middle part there. So please click on the links below to see the original designs by Suzanne on Instagram, also known as Crazy Just My Work, and she has quite a few variations that she's done that will show you what the possibilities are of this bracelet. Okay, once you have your two single chains done to the desired length, then we're going to take our hook, sorry, that one's like crimped. We're going to take our hook and we're going to stick it in the cap band down here. So you want to make sure that your single chains are facing in the manner where your cap band is running left to right. Okay? So stick your hook in the first chain cap band, two bands on your hook, and then the second chain equals 4 loops on our hook like that. Okay? So I have done this design, gosh, I kid you, probably 12 times, and I was looming it this way because a lot of Suzanne's tutorials, she has it where you're looming it up like that, and I kept getting it twisted, and I wasn't grabbing the correct links. So I'm going to try it this way because it seems to work better, but if you find a way that works better for you, go ahead and that's what you need to do. So anyway, we're going to stick one band through both of those cap bands like that, recapture, and then we're going to chain one like this. Okay? So, isn't that weird? Do you see how that's like crimped? Maybe the band's twisted or something. Okay. The big deal with this bracelet is making sure that your chain stays on the same direction the whole time, meaning this is your front of, this is the front of the chain, the side of the chain, and whatnot. Because what we're going to do is we're going to take what we just put on our hook and we're going to take it off. So you can squeeze it or let it go like that. Okay, so I feel like gravity does a better job at this than I. So you see right here that it shows the cap band inside this band right here. Okay, what we want to do is we want to go into the next band in line, and we want to stick our hook through the first chain. And you have to make sure it's the front of the chain, okay? Because you want to go through it like that, and then you want to come back up and place what we took off of the hook back on. That middle color there, place that back on. Alright, so if we just let our chains go, it gets twisted, okay? Because we're only grabbing one side. So this is the tricky part, so you have to make sure that like bring this one back down, and it kind of helps even this out a little bit. Okay, so on the other side, we want to grab the other chain in the same spot. So then it should be even going across your hook, and you pulled through the exact same length on one chain and on the other chain. I don't want to say left or right, but okay, because that's our goal, is to make sure that we're always going straight across. So once you have chain 1, the middle, and then chain 2 on your hook, take another band and slide everything on your hook on this band. Like that. Oops. And then bring it back on your hook like that. Close it up. Okay, and then we're going to chain 1. Like so. So what we started out with is exactly what we're going to do the entire bracelet. Okay, so we're going to take our hook out of that center band, and then we want to find our next link on that chain. But as we're finding our next link, we also want to make sure that we are looming through the front of that chain. Okay, so I see right here how the bands go in, but on this side, let's see here. So we're going to stick our hook in the next link, come back up and grab this band in the middle, and then we want to come down and stick our hook into the next chain and line like that. Okay, so once you have everything on your hook, then you want to go ahead and bring everything over onto a new band like so. And then you want to chain 1. Okay, so it'll get a little bit tight or maybe move around a little, but once you're done, it sits quite nicely and kind of straightens out. Okay, so let's go ahead and do our next. So we want to take our band off the hook, and we want to make sure that it is falling in line. Our chains are straight. I think mine goes like that. Why it confuses me is beyond me. So you stick your hook in the next in line, come up and grab the middle band, and then grab the next chain on the next link on the second chain. Okay, so whenever you let go and it's all on your hook, you should be able to tell whether or not you grab the right one and you're in line. So then we go ahead and take a band and loom everything on top, pull everything on top, excuse me, and then close it up, and then chain 1. Okay. Alright, so we release this band, and we make sure that our chain is facing the correct way, and then we want to go into the next link in line, stick our hook in, and then capture that middle band, then go to our next link, which wants to turn on us, and stick our hook in the front, and then you can make sure that it's even, and then grab your one band, pull everything on top, one chain, the middle band, and then your second chain, and then close it up, and then chain one. So this is what yours should look like so far. It's really pretty. I love the back. I will say that continuously. Okay, so we want to release this one in the middle. Make sure that your bands are straight. Stick your hook in. Recapture the one in the middle. Stick your hook into the second chain, and then place everything onto a new band and close it up, and then chain one. Okay. So I hope I try to be as clear as I can. I might be a little bit too detailed for some loomers, but I try to keep new loomers in mind and try to go through a lot of detail when I do a tutorial. So as simple as this may seem to some, it can be quite difficult to hook only new loomers that are new to hook only designs. So just take it for, I think I would rather listen to a over detailed tutorial than not one that's not enough. Alright, so I'm going to do two more with you, and then you guys can go off and finish your bracelet. So we're going to go in the one chain through the front, grab that center band like that, and then we want to make sure we're going through the front of the next chain, and then grab one band and pull everything through and close it up, and then another band, do one chain like that. Okay. Alright, so again, take your hook out, being careful you don't lose your band. Okay, stick your hook through the first chain, capture the middle band, find your link on the next chain, stick your hook in, and put everything on your hook onto a new band. And close it up. And then chain one. I like these colors together. This is the first time that I've used this color, this burgundy or whatever it's called. It looks like a rust to me. I really like how they come out. I wanted to use them, so I was determined to find a color that would look okay with them. So there you can see the back. So go ahead and finish up your bracelet to the desired length, and then you can come back for closing. I'll go ahead and do a couple more. It's not like I'm just going to go at a faster pace. And then I'm going to take some links out and we'll close it up because it's nothing hard to close up. And as I mentioned before, please make sure that you visit Crazy Just Might Work Instagram page, or Suzanne's, but that's her Instagram name, because she shows like 3 or 4 different variations. One is just one Tryst done with just one single chain, and then this one is with the original design is with 2 chains like we're doing. She's done one, I think, with 3 chains. I mean, she has so many variations. And that's one thing I always tell you I love about her designs is that they just, I don't know what it is. Whenever I do one of her bracelets, it just has my mind working. And she's always so sweet to me. Whenever I, add bling to it or something, she never gets... she's always really cool about it, and I have a lot of respect for that, because it's not that I'm trying to change bracelets. I just like to add sparkle to them. I'm not changing the design, and I very much appreciate that from her. I have a lot of respect for that. Alright, I think we're good here. I'm going to go ahead and take some links out, okay? So, one thing I want to point out is, when I first put my chains... did my chains, I'm thinking, why don't we just start looping from the top, okay? Because your hook's already through these links, and it's kind of silly to close these up and then come down to the cap band. So then I thought, well, Suzanne always says you can always add or take away as you're looming. So thus that's the point on why we start down here at the cap band. So when we're looming up, we have these open, and we can always take away or add to. So in case any of you were wondering, so what I'm doing is, just because for tutorial's sake, I want to close this up with you, I'm just taking out links like that. Oops, I should turn it around, I'm sorry. Okay, so I'm just taking out links to get it to where I want it. And if you see, because I ended right here and then I started taking them out, we're already done. That's all I needed to do. And now I can add my C-clip. Okay, but say that you wanted to add links, that this wasn't long enough. And I'm going to have to turn this around because I'm left-handed. Well, actually, just I'll do this. Okay, so say that, you're exactly where I'm at right now, and you need to add more links to your 2 chains. So what I would do is I take my hook out of that band up there, stick your hook through all of these bands that this band was holding, okay? Now you could do it one of 2 ways. I would just simply, with everything on my hook, just chain. Just start adding links. Oops. Okay, that way I'm not worrying about doing anything except adding links in length like that, okay? It might not work out as well because you have some, you know, the left side is pulling, but if you hold this taut, okay, you can just slip knot this yellow for the time being, and then you could slip knot this side for the time being, and then as you do your chain, it's not going to be pulling on that side over there. Okay, so that's one option. And then what you can do is you want to start your other chain. So you can turn this around like this, and you can leave this chain on your hook, and then you can just simply undo that slip knot and kind of come down here. It's going to be a little awkward at first because we need to build up that length, but you can still hold this chain back here and just loom up your single chain. And as always, you can do it the standard way. I'm just showing some suggestions and ideas if it helps. Okay, so this is only if you are up to a certain point in your bracelet and you ran out of lengths and it's not going to fit. This is just an alternative on how to add. Okay, so then once you got enough, you would just slip knot the ends and then resume back to where you were down here, which means first you want to stick your hook into this the next chain. Then you want to go through that slip knot and capture that middle band like that, and then as normal go through the next chain, and that's how you would resume your bracelet. Okay, so I'm just going to take these back out. And take them down to the length that I need. So this time when I took them out, I ended up with 4 bands on my hook. Okay, which is, it's on the back side because I wanted to show you guys. So let me turn it so you guys can see the front. Okay, so if you have your bracelet to this point and you need to close it up, then you can simply take one of your border band colors and stick it through everything on your hook and then just C-clip it. So it's not hard, it's super simple. And this is our Tryst bracelet, designed by Suzanne H.B., the hook queen, who comes up with all of 500 hook bracelets a day. So I am like infatuated with playing with my bands, and I need to stop that, because if you do this, and you're using a jelly or a stretchy band, you're going to ruin your bracelet. So don't do what I'm doing. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. There are a ton of options that you have with this bracelet. Okay, and as I mentioned, check out Suzanne's tutorial or Instagram, and she'll show you. And actually, as I'm looking at this, I have not added anything to this bracelet yet. I just simply did the middle. I think I'm going to just go ahead and, just for giggles, because there is ways that you can add to this bracelet, I'm going to just pull something out of my head here. I'm going to start on this end. I'm going to start on this end, and you see on the side, it's a single chain. Okay? I'm going to stick my hook into that first single chain. And let's hope Suzanne's okay with me doing this on a tutorial. But it just came to me and I wanted to capture it. So I've been looking at Crafting Fantastic, or Feeling Spiffy, and Kate Schultz is Delicious. And they Did you see that? I had to pause. They've been doing the crochet stitches, and they have really been, these stitches have been intriguing to me. So I'm going to see if we can't stitch up a border just for an idea on this bracelet. So all I did here was I stuck one band through that chain on the side. Now I'm going to go back through and I'm going to stick my hook through the next chain on the bracelet and bring another band just through that chain. And then I'm going to take another band and go through everything on my hook, like that. And then I'm going to come back down and go through the next chain in line. Bring a band through that chain, recapture, take another band and grab everything on my hook. If I'm not mistaken, I could be wrong, that might be the one that's called the single crochet stitch. But I just wanted to see quickly what our options were for adding an extension or a border to this bracelet. As you can see, it is a winner. It'll look great with a border or an extension, so that's surely an idea. Another way that you can place some stitches is you can come back down and put your hook through that chain, and you can place one and recapture, and then place another just through the first two, put it back on our hook. Then our third band will be the one that captures all four in our hook onto it, like that. So again, I would go down and put my hook through that chain, and then just pull a band through that. Then grab another band and just go through the first two, and then grab our third band and go through all four on our hook. Okay, so as you can see, it gives you almost like, it gives you the same outcome, but the first stitch, it's neatly woven closer to the bracelet. The second stitch, if you can notice here, the chain is on the outside and you have a little bit of a space in between down closer to the bracelet. So let me try one extra one. Let me add two, three. I'm going to add 3 chains to the end of this. Then I'm going to count out 3 links on the side of the bracelet. 1, 2, 3. I'm going to go into that link right there. And then I'm going to pull a band through that side, pull another band through that side, and now I want to pull a band through everything on my hook. That gives you like a little hole or like a square. I'm going to take this out quickly, and I want to keep this chain, but I'm not happy with having 2. I just want to have one single going through this bracelet chain. So put that on my hook, and then add another band capturing everything on my hook, like that. That gives it a closer stitch to the end of your bracelet, but it's just an alternative. So you would chain a couple first, and then you would go down and grab your bracelet, chain 1 on just the bracelet edge, and then your next band you're grabbing everything on your hook. See? So just showing you a couple options of things that you can definitely do with this bracelet if you decide. Me personally, I love, sorry Suzanne, I'm going to have to flip it. I love the bracelet as is. I think it looks wonderful, but Suzanne is really great about us using our imagination and, you know, creativity to add to the bracelets if we like to. So just wanted to show you just a few options. There's also like the Inca. A lot of you have come up with some great borders. Rainbow Loom SG, just the slip knot border, I think you guys, which is pretty much like a crochet stitch. But anyway, enough of wasting your time. Thank you for joining, and we'll see you next time. Bye.